Let me ask you something. What would you do if the league you carried on your back treated you like you didn't matter? Because that's exactly what's happening to Caitlin Clark right now. Europe's top league is stepping in, offering her a massive deal, way more than what she's making in the WNBA, and honestly, it might be time. After all the dirty hits, the jealousy, even her own teammate laughing when she got smacked in the face, who wouldn't want out? Caitlin has been the face of women's basketball this year, and now the WNBA might actually lose her. Let me start with a simple question. How does the face of an entire league end up feeling like a stranger in her own locker room? Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA with all the hype in the world, but she delivered. Attendance exploded. Ratings shot through the roof. Jerseys flew off shelves. This rookie didn't just play basketball. She changed the business. So why does it feel like the league she helped revive has turned its back on her? From day one, you could sense the tension. The physical plays weren't just tough defense. They felt personal. And the silence from league officials spoke even louder. No fines. No flagrant upgrades. Just an unspoken rule that she had to earn her respect. But here's the thing. She's earned it. She's done more in a few months than most players manage in an entire career. So, how did it come to this? How did the WNBA let jealousy, resentment, and politics get in the way of protecting its biggest star? And more importantly, why would she stay when another league across the ocean is ready to treat her like the generational talent she is? Ready to roll out the red carpet? What would you do in her shoes? Let's talk about the physicality. Every rookie takes some hits, but what Caitlin went through was next level. From hard fouls to straight-up elbows to the face. This wasn't just defense. It felt like a message. Remember that shoulder check from Kennedy Carter? It was called a common foul, but let's be real. She did it intentionally. You could see it in the way she lowered her shoulder, squared up, and followed through. That wasn't just a defensive play. It was sending a message. And when Angel Reese smirked from the sideline, the message was loud. We don't like the spotlight you're bringing. But why the hate? Caitlin didn't ask for the cameras. She didn't beg for the sponsorships. She just showed up, played her game, and brought millions of fans with her. And somehow that made her a target. When you're a rookie and veterans go at you like it's Game 7 every night, it's not basketball, it's personal. And through it all, she never flopped, never whined. She got back up every single time. That's toughness. Still, the silence from the WNBA was deafening. No public support, no league protection, no statement of "we've got your back." So again, if Europe's watching this unfold and saying, "Hey, Caitlin, we see you, we value you," how long before she says, "Let me go where I'm wanted"? Would you stay? One of the most painful moments this season didn't even come from an opponent. It came from her own teammate. Caitlin got poked in the eye during a game, and the replay showed it was serious enough to warrant a flagrant. But instead of backing her up, Nalissa Smith, her teammate, laughed it off. Worse, she laughed at the player who did it. And that player just so happened to be her girlfriend. After the game, Nalissa and her girlfriend even made a video about it. Laughing, joking, showing zero remorse, like it was all just some funny moment, not a blatant cheap shot that left Caitlin visibly in pain. Caitlin naturally reacted. She shoved Sheldon off like anyone would when someone pokes in the eye, but that's when things spiraled. Out of nowhere, Marina Mabrey stormed in like a linebacker and blindsided Caitlin from behind, knocking her to the floor, and that wasn't defense. That was retaliation. That was straight up dirty. Caitlin got slapped with a technical foul. Think about that. She gets attacked twice, and somehow she's the one penalized. Neither Sheldon nor Mabrey was ejected in the moment. Mabrey's foul was only upgraded after the game. Meanwhile, Caitlin just had to stand up, shake it off, and play on like nothing happened. This is why Europe becomes more and more appealing. Because over there, they protect their stars. They uplift them, not punish them for defending themselves. So tell me, after something like that, would you still want to stay in this league? Or would you finally say, "I'm out"? Let's call it what it is, jealousy. Caitlin Clark didn't just come into the league. She came in loud. ESPN covered every move. Social media exploded. Fans showed up in droves, and that ruffled feathers. You could feel it. Players who've been grinding for years suddenly watching a rookie take over the spotlight. Some smiled through it, others not so much. They started chirping in interviews, questioning her defense, downplaying her stats. She's not that tough. She ain't faced real defense yet. You could hear it. But here's the kicker. Caitlin never asked for fame. She earned it. She made history in college, drew millions of eyes, and gave the WNBA a platform it's never had before. Instead of lifting her up, some tried to tear her down. Now imagine being in that storm and still showing up every night, dropping dimes, hitting logo threes, and keeping your cool. And now you've got EuroLeague teams going. We'd love to have that. So would you stay in a room full of jealous energy or walk into a room full of respect? Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year, and deservedly so. She led all rookies in points, assists, and minutes. She set records. She turned a struggling Indiana Fever team into must-watch TV. She did everything you could ask of a number one pick. But she didn't win unanimously. One voter picked someone else. Now, I don't want to knock that other player. She had a good year. But let's be real. Caitlin Clark defined this season. So why wasn't it unanimous? That vote wasn't about basketball. It was about narrative, about politics, about someone making a statement. I don't like the attention she's getting, so I'm not voting for her. And that says everything. You can carry the league, boost its ratings, fill up arenas, and still not get full credit. It's a slap in the face, and that kind of thing adds up. It makes you wonder, am I really valued here or just tolerated? Now Europe is ready to treat her like the MVP she is. So I'll ask again, would you stay where you're tolerated or go where you're celebrated? Let's shift gears, because while the WNBA drags its feet, Europe's making moves. Word is a top EuroLeague team is ready to offer Caitlin a contract worth 10 times her WNBA salary. That's not an exaggeration. That's real money. But this isn't just about cash. It's about opportunity. In Europe, she'd be the face of the league. Commercials, endorsements, shoe deals, training facilities built around her schedule, fans chanting her name in packed arenas. It's a different vibe, and most importantly, respect. No dirty fouls. No teammates clowning her on the sidelines. No jealousy dripping from post-game interviews. Just love, admiration, and a chance to grow without all the extra noise. It's not just an offer, it's a lifeline. So again, when you've been dragged to the mud by your own league, can you really blame her if she leaves? When someone shows up in your league offering the crown, what do? We need to talk about the fans. Caitlin Clark isn't just popular. She's a movement. She's the reason little girls are picking up basketballs again, and why college and professional women's hoops are finally getting attention. She has fans who've never watched the WNBA tuning in weekly. People are flying across states just to see her play in person. That's power. But the WNBA keeps fumbling that momentum. Instead of promoting her, they treat her like a problem, like someone who has to earn her place. Meanwhile, Europe is watching, and they see a global star ready to explode. If Caitlin goes overseas, her fans will follow. She doesn't just bring ticket sales. She brings eyeballs, energy, and culture, and that's priceless. Ask yourself, how many leagues would kill for that kind of following? And how many would let it walk away? What would you do if Caitlin leaves? It's not just if the WNBA loses. It's the momentum, the hype, the ratings, the casual fans who finally tuned in, the new sponsors, the media buzz. It all goes with her. You can already see it every time she doesn't play. The numbers drop. She's the league's anchor, and yet they're not protecting her like one. This isn't just about a player. It's about the brand. Caitlin Clark brought relevance, and the WNBA treated her like just another rookie. Now Europe is ready to give her the throne, and if she takes it, the WNBA will have nobody to blame but itself. Some people say if Caitlin leaves, she's quitting, that she's running from the grind. But here's the truth. This wouldn't be quitting. It would be trailblazing. Players have left before. Diana Taurasi once skipped the WNBA season to play overseas. Breanna Stewart made millions in Russia. Let's take a second to really think about what Caitlin Clark has gone through and what she's getting in return. This woman came into the WNBA as the most hyped rookie in league history. She's selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, getting people to care about the league like never before. You'd think the WNBA would be bending over backward to support her, to protect her, to pay her. Nope. Instead, she's getting poked in the eye, slammed to the floor, laughed at by teammates, undermined in the media. And how much does she make? Around $76,000. For all that, for carrying the league. That's pitiful. And it's not just about the money. It's about how little they value her presence. They treat her like a burden when she's the reason there's even a spotlight in the first place. Meanwhile, overseas teams are lining up with seven-figure offers and real protection. Private security endorsements, facilities tailored to her. The WNBA had a generational star and gave her chaos, bruises, and cold shoulders. So really, can you blame her for thinking about leaving? What would you do if your league let you get bullied and underpaid? Caitlin Clark is at a crossroads. One path stays in the WNBA. The other leads overseas. One path means staying loyal to a league that hasn't protected her. The other means going where her talent, value, and presence will be fully appreciated. It's not an easy decision, but here's what we know. She deserves better. And maybe, just maybe, Europe is the place that gives her the peace, protection, and power she's earned. So here's my final question to you. If you were Caitlin Clark, what would you do? Would you stay in a league that treats you like a burden, or take your talents where you're treated like a blessing? Let me know in the comments. And if you ride with Caitlin no matter where she plays, hit that like button and subscribe.